Over the last 25 years, Beyblade has been no stranger to collaborations. Takara Tomy has partnered with YouTubers, sports teams, and even the world's most famous cat. In the year 2024 though, Hasbro decided to step it up a notch and give us licensed, unique collaborations with other IPs, like Star Wars and Transformers. And today, we'll be opening every single one of them. So hit that like button, hit subscribe to help me hit 350,000 subscribers, and make sure to check out sponsor of the channel, Mall of Toys. If you guys want to pre-order the upcoming Impact Drake and Ghost Circle, they're going to be one of the best places for it. And they also have a bunch of other X-Bays up for sale right now, so go and check them out, link in the description down below, and make sure to use code ilinnuc to get 5% off. The first collab lineup we're going to look at is Marvel. This double pack includes Thanos and Iron Man. A crazy timeline we're living in. We have these as Beyblades? All of these collaboration releases are double packs with special themed launchers, but they aren't as cool as you may think. Diving into the pack, we have 2 blades and a brown box with the parts and launchers. Let's look at those launchers now. As you can see, they're these tiny little proto launchers, but they're unique in that they have the brand logo just printed on them. If you're a hardcore collector, these are a must, I guess. However, these are $25 compared to standard double packs being more like 15 bucks. So are these cheap, low-power launchers worth the $10 extra? Let's move on to the bays. Starting with Iron Man, for the bit, we have a yellow ball, which is a great part, but I'm not really sure if a stamina tip fits the theme of Iron Man. I would expect something a bit more balance-oriented, but maybe that's just me. For the ratchet, we have a black and red 480, and while I don't like 4-sided ratchets because they're more burst-prone, this specific part showcases a big plus for these Hasbro collab releases. Parts with nice or even wacky color schemes here and there make combo building even more satisfying. Finally, we have the Iron Man blade, and I don't know, it's a bit bland to me. It's an orange and yellow blob with Iron Man's face right in the middle. These designs aren't 100% unique either. They're based off of previous releases, but we'll talk about that later. Let's look at Thanos now. Starting with the bit, we have a brownish color point, and I don't like this color much, but point is still one of the best bits in the entire game. And this Marvel pack may have been the first way to get it out of all Hasbro releases, so that is pretty valuable. The blue and brown 460 is really unique, and I'm sure there's a lot of nice looking combos you can build, but once again, I am not a 4-sided ratchet fan. Then we have the Thanos blade. This one I like more than Iron Man, and maybe it's because I like the design more, or maybe I just don't like the bright Iron Man orange. Either way, neither of these bays are great, but a few good parts at least. Next up, we have Spider-Man and Venom. I've actually done a full unboxing of this pack already, so if you want a full deep dive, go and check that video out. But this pack is probably my second favorite of them all. The Venom blade design looks really good, and there's more than a few good parts in there, like 360, flat, and even needle is decent, but the overall unique designs and memorable characters really push this one over the edge. Now let's move on to the first announced collab releases with Transformers. We have 2 packs here, one with Optimus Primal and Starscream, the next with Optimus Prime and Megatron. Sadly, none of these bays can transform, but can they transform your competitive deck with performance that's more than meets the eye? Yes, I actually wrote that joke into the script. These Transformers packs are only available on Amazon and have probably the best Beyblade out of all collab releases. Starting with the classic friends turned enemies, Optimus Prime and Megatron, we get some really fantastic looking parts. The launchers are exactly what you'd expect. White proto-launchers with the Transformers logo printed on. Are they worth the $10 extra yet? Megatron's bit is a gray ball, and once again, it's a really good part, and this color is gonna be pretty solid for combo building. For the Ratchet, we have 480 in a black and purple, and I f***ing love this color scheme, but it's so disappointing. It's a 4-sided Ratchet that I'll never use. A 360, or better yet, a 560 would have been so nice here. The Megatron blade looks awesome. The G1 style art fits well with Beyblade X's simple design philosophy, and the mechanical details added to the blade are neat? Neat? Am I 40 years old? Who says that? I'm not quite as impressed by Optimus Prime though. The bit is great. We got a blue point, which only just now got a release from Takara Tomy. It took Tomy over a year to drop a blue point, and Hasbro did it day one. 460 I really like, but maybe not for the reason you expect. I've already said how I feel about 4-sided Ratchets, but I really like this one because of the red and blue color. The super rare and currently Takara Tomy exclusive Bay Cobalt Drake uses 460 in almost the exact same color scheme. The shades are slightly different, and Drake has a glitter baked into the plastic, but otherwise very similar for those who want to build maybe a Drake-inspired combo. The Optimus Blade it's just boring. It's basically the same as Iron Man, where I feel like they could have done just a little bit more, or chosen a different blade design entirely. It looks much more bland in comparison to Megatron, and considering Optimus is important in the Transformers series, it's a bit of a letdown. The next pack is not a letdown by any means. We have Optimus Primal and Starscream. Starting with Starscream, the bit is Needle in a bright yellow, and Needle is decent, but I feel like it's the third time we've seen it in these collab bundles already. The Ratchet is a clear and red 380, which looks really good, and 380 is a decent part. But the Starscream blade just looks awesome. The blue and yellow color is a really nice contrast and they go together well. And the mechanical detailing, like Megatron, is really unique. I actually like Starscream more than the Bay it's based on. Moving to Optimus Primal, we have the flat bit, which is good, but not remarkable, and as you grow your Beyblade collection, you'll eventually have a handful of this part. The Ratchet is a deep blue and brown 360. I will say the box makes this look much brighter blue than it actually is, and I like the one on the box more. The Optimus Primal blade is goated. Simple as that. It's mechanical without being too much. The Primal motif looks cool, and the performance is great as well. I don't think it's much of a spoiler to say that this is at the top of my collab list. Now, we've got to talk about Star Wars. Let me preface this by saying I'm not much of a Star Wars fan. I like the movies as a kid, but I don't watch all the new shows or get excited to play the new games. And that lack of excitement translates to these collab packs as well. Starting with the most iconic duo, maybe of all time, we have Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. This could have been great, but it's just not. Vader's tip is, pause. Vader's bits is a black point, which is a 10 out of 10. Fantastic part and color for combos. 460 is black and red, but a slightly different black and red than Iron Man's 480 from earlier. And the Darth Vader blade is just mid. I think the design is solid, like an Imperial spaceship. I just don't like how round and light it is, meaning I'll probably never actually use it. Luke Skywalker's bit is a black ball. I'm starting to really notice an unfortunate pattern here, but let's keep going and see if that pattern continues. For the ratchet, we have a white and black 480, which there's another repeated part, and the Luke Skywalker blade is... Okay, wait a minute. You're telling me we got a revamped Helm Knight 3 separate times. Luke Skywalker, Iron Man, and Optimus Prime are all slightly different versions of Helm Knight, which has a dedicated fan base that I am not a part of. My issue here isn't Helm Knight, it's the fact that 3 different $25 packs have basically the same Beyblade in it. Skywalker and Iron Man are the exact same combo as well. While we're at it, Darth Vader and Thanos are also the exact same combo. Performance aside, it's hard to defend paying for the same thing twice, but in a different paint job. But don't look at my Phoenix Wing collection. To wrap up, we now direct our attention to the final collab pack in The Mandalorian, and... okay, who is this? I know they're trying to promote The Mandalorian show, and it is really popular, but could we have gotten anyone else besides Moff Gideon? I would rather have had a C-3PO and R2-D2. Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan Kenobi, but yay! We got Beyblade Moff Gideon before GTA 6. Gideon has a red needle bit and a black and purple 380. Once again, I love the black and purple, but the Moff Gideon blade is just so boring. I have no clue who this character is, and the color scheme isn't really standing out, so I feel nothing. Mando's is definitely a bit better, with a mostly brown color, which I surprisingly appreciate. It's very rare to get brown parts like this in a standard Beyblade release because it's not poppy and flashy. So a brown, flat, and 360 I'll accept, even though they're generic parts. The Mandalorian blade does just enough to be unique, and that's mainly because I think the ammo strap details are awesome. The blade is also based off Claw Leon, which is the first for this entire video, and that's making approximately one person jump for joy. In summary, I don't really know how to feel about all of these. On one hand, having an Iron Man Beyblade is really cool, but these double packs are $25 each. I don't see how any of these are worth buying over standard X releases. I would be more inclined to recommend them if they were a bit more unique. Out of 6 double packs, 12 total Beyblades, there's only 4 unique bits. 3 versions of needle, point, flat, and ball. And all of the combos are almost the exact same as well. It's going to be 480 ball, 460 point, 360 flat, or 380 needle every time. The blades are, once again, not unique either. They're remixes of existing releases. And out of 12 bays, 3 of them are remixes to Helm Knight, and 2 are remixes to Lance Knight. Why are almost half of the bays based off of a knight of some kind? Why are only 2 of them attack blades? And pretty good attack blades as well. Optimus Primal is a remix of Keel Shark, but it weighs a little bit more, making it pretty strong. Meanwhile, every other collab bay here is extremely light. Starscream is sub 30 grams. I think these collab releases are great for hardcore collectors, hardcore fans of the series collabed with, or kids who like one or the other but aren't affected by the $25 price tag. If you're gonna buy any of these, I'd recommend you pick up the Optimus Primal and Spider-Man packs because they have the best mix of parts and design. But hopefully, future collaboration releases are a bit more unique in their variety. Or they are fully themed, like the upcoming Takara Tomy FC Barcelona partnership.